Be me, 19, live in a college dorm with 3 guys. One of them starts dating this girl from the gender studies department. Her name is actually Madison. Of course it is. She comes over every weekend, starts reorganizing our kitchen. Says the layout is subconsciously patriarchal. We have 4 plates and a dented pot. There's no layout. Roommate Jake is absolutely smitten. Follows her around like a golden retriever, except less self-aware. She brings her friends over one night. Big group discussion about dismantling systemic power structures. They are sitting on our couch that we found on the curb. I am just trying to microwave ramen. One of her friends looks at me. Says it is interesting that I cook for myself. Says most men expect women to do that. I say I'm just hungry. She writes something in her notebook. Madison starts a feminist book club in our living room every Tuesday. I have class at 7 in the morning on Wednesdays. No one asks. I stop mentioning it after Jake gives me the eyes. The books are actually not bad. I read the back cover of one while waiting for the bathroom. Something about labor and visibility. Kind of interesting. Do not tell anyone. One Tuesday I come home early. They are mid-discussion. Someone is saying that men never listen. They do not notice me come in. I sit quietly in the hallway for 20 minutes, listening. Find it funny. Also find it kind of true. Midterms come around. Jake is failing 2 classes. Madison says it is because academia is designed to break men who do not conform. His professor gives him a C because he did not turn in the paper. The paper was optional bonus work. Jake did not know. I start doing his laundry sometimes. Not because he asked, just because I'm already doing mine. Madison sees this one day. Says it is a beautiful example of chosen labor redistribution. Jake nods seriously. I am just trying to finish before the dryer gets stolen. She starts having opinions about our grocery list. Says we should buy ethically sourced products. We are 3 college guys splitting bills 3 ways. Our budget is tight. I do not say this. Jake says nothing. We start buying the expensive eggs. I'm now spending more on eggs than on my textbooks. One of the book club girls, Rosa, actually talks to me one evening. She is waiting for Madison outside. We end up talking about her hometown, small city. Her mom worked 2 jobs. Her dad left when she was 8. She says she got into feminism because she watched her mom disappear, not literally, just slowly, into the background of everyone else's life. That actually hits different. I stop thinking of the book club as an invasion. Still annoyed about the eggs. Jake starts using words like emotional labor in regular conversation. I ask him what emotional labor he is doing. He says supporting Madison's journey. I ask him if he finished the dish he left in the sink for 4 days. He says that is not the same thing. Madison overhears, says I am deflecting with domesticity. I say the sink smells. She says fragility takes many forms. I go for a walk. Come back and the sink is clean. Jake cleaned it. Do not know if that is progress or just fear. Semester moves on. I have this group project in sociology. 3 people in my group. Me, a guy named Derek, and a girl named Priya. Derek immediately says he will do the presentation slides. Priya says she will handle the research. I end up doing the write-up and the editing and the formatting. Derek's slides are 4 words per slide and 1 stock photo each. They are actually fine. Priya's research is thorough. We get a solid grade. Derek tells people he carried the group. Priya and I look at each other, say nothing, but we both know. Start thinking about that more than I expect. I call my mom that weekend. She asks how things are going. I tell her about Madison and the book club and the eggs. She laughs, then she gets quiet. Says she spent 20 years making sure my dad's world ran smoothly. Says he never once thought about it. Says she is not bitter, but her voice does the thing. I do not say anything smart. I just listen, realize I do not actually do that enough. Derek from my group starts dating someone new, brags about it constantly. Says women love confidence. Says you just have to take charge. Says feminism made women confused about what they want. He says this loudly in the dining hall. A table of girls nearby goes very quiet. I tell him that is a weird thing to say. He says I am soft. One say maybe. He says feminism ruined men. I ask him which men specifically. He goes quiet. then talks about sports for 10 minutes. Madison has a bad week. Does not say why. Jake tries to fix it immediately, offers solutions before she finishes a sentence. She gets frustrated. He does not understand why. Comes to me looking confused. I tell him maybe she just wanted him to listen. He says, but he was helping. I say there is a difference. He stares at me like I said something in another language. 2 days later, he tells me it worked, like he invented listening. Rosa and I end up at the same table in the library, twice in a row. We start talking more. She is studying public health. Wants to work in community clinics, not glamorous, not lucrative. Just useful, says she grew up watching people fall through cracks. Wants to help patch them. I like talking to her. She does not perform anything. Just says what she thinks. She asks me once what I think about the book club stuff. I say honestly I started ignoring it on purpose. Then stopped ignoring it, then started actually thinking about some of it. She asks what changed. I say she told me about her mom. She goes quiet, then says that is a surprisingly decent answer. I take that as a compliment. Jake and Madison have a big fight. We hear it through the wall. It is about whose feelings are more valid. Both of them are being loud about it, which seems counterproductive. Next morning, Jake looks rough. I make extra coffee without asking. He takes it without saying thanks, then says thanks quietly when I am walking away. That is about as emotional as we get. Madison comes by later, apologizes to all of us for the noise. Seems genuine. Jake seems relieved. They talk quietly in his room for an hour, come out looking okay. I think about how they fought. Both convinced they were right. Both kind of right. Both kind of not listening. Seems familiar. Like most arguments I have ever seen. Derek fails the next group project. Different group this time. Word gets around that he delegated everything and contributed nothing. Professor calls him out in the feedback. He tells everyone the professor has it out for him. Nobody really believes him. Rosa and I get coffee twice, then 3 times. I start timing my library trips differently. She notices, does not say anything, just shows up too. One evening, she asks me something direct, asks if I actually believe in equality or just say I do. I think about it longer than expected. I say I think I started out just saying it, then kept encountering reasons to actually mean it. She nods slowly, says that is how it usually goes, asks what the reasons were. I say my mom and her story about her mom and Derek and the dish in the sink. She laughs at the dish in the sink. Says the smallest things are usually the actual evidence. I think she is right. Book club winds down as the semester ends. Madison gets busy with finals. The living room returns to its natural state, which is chaos. Jake thanks me one night for the coffee thing. Says I handled having Madison around better than expected. I say I just adapted. He says no, he means it. Says he knows she came in loud. Says I did not make it worse. I tell him the eggs were too expensive. He says he will pay me back for half. He will not. But it is nice he said it. Finals happen. I survive. Derek somehow passes everything. The world remains mysterious. Last day before break. Rosa and I are sitting outside the library. She says she is going home for a month. I say same. She asks if we will keep talking over break. I say probably yes. She says good, small word. Lands heavy. On the train home, I think about the whole semester. Madison reorganizing our kitchen. Jake discovering the concept of listening. Derek announcing things with confidence and no evidence. Rosa's mom disappearing into the background. My mom's voice going quiet on the phone. The expensive eggs. Think about how I started the semester not thinking about any of this. Not because I was bad. Just because nothing had pushed me to, nobody had asked. And I had not asked myself. Think about how much invisible work happens around people who are not paying attention. Think about how easy it is to not pay attention. Think about how I did not pay attention. Train pulls into the station. Mom is waiting. She hugs me longer than usual. I hug back longer than usual. Do not say anything. She would not want a speech. She asks if I am hungry. I say yes. She starts talking about what she made. And I actually listen. Whole ride home. No solutions. No deflecting. Just listening. It is not that hard. Turns out I was just not doing it.